My name is Soleil. Not a lot of people really know me at all. I've been granted a certain amount of information temporarily to ease all of you into my world. Oh boy, I have a lot to explain. So, my creator has decided to tell the story of myself, my brother, and my best friend. In my world, there are currently 5 known races: vampires, wizards, humans, Therians, and Chronists. You'll know more about each of them as the story progresses, but for future notice, I'm a Chronist. You know, the best race. It's so terrible. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna misinform you guys. Honestly, Chronists are treated kind of terribly, but, you'll get to know more about that whenever you, get to know more about my story. And Reagan Derricks. Anyway, Chronists are time manipulators. It's hard to tell the difference between a Chronist and a human, since the only difference is the fact that the eyes of a Chronist have a golden sparkle if you look really closely. That's it for the promoting side of this video. I was told there would be no exact date for when the first chapter of our story would be uploaded, but I was told that it should come sometime this year. I've heard that my, creator isn't very believable though, so I'm pretty sure there's a 20% chance that, you know, it might not come out this year, but I mean, we'll see. Since it is indeed Valentine's Day, I'm here to tell a story of my own about the holiday for the spirit of it all. I don't have a personal story to tell, but I do know a story I heard as a kid that I could tell. I found a darker version of it online, so I guess I should mention a warning? So, once upon a time, long, long ago in ancient Rigel, humans mostly populated the lands. The Rigel of today is known for being the country of vampires, and this story takes place a bit before that shift. It's a story of 2 lovers, Valerie and Winfield, who ended with a tragic fate. Valerie was a beautiful woman. Her hair was as red as fire burning in the night. Her eyes the only other red thing that could rival her hair. She was not a woman of wealth, and no one knew of any family that she might have, but everyone seemed to know her. Valerie was a kind woman, and she helped the villagers with whatever they needed. Winfield was the son of the king of Rigel. He was handsome, there was no doubt about it, and he was known to sneak out of the castle to be with the people he ruled at night. Winfield was a perfect prince, with slicked back black hair and dark brown eyes, darker than the coffee we drink today. The kingdom of Rigel was at war with their neighbor, ruled by and named after Queen Nova. There were rumors that witches from their neighboring kingdom were hiding in Rigel, waiting to enchant young and unsuspecting men. The more men they could lure, the less that could fight in the war. While most dismissed these thoughts as silly rumors, others took to burning women at the stake if they acted suspicious, like that as a witch would. Around this time, there was a sickness going around as well, that people said make humans have tendencies of that of a cannibal. Those who believed in the witch spies said that it was all their doing, but really, I think it was just the vampires coming out of hiding after trying so hard to hide their bloodlust. But I digress. During one especially dark night, when Winfield had snuck into town, he ran into the lovely woman known as Valerie. The two were like the only pieces of a puzzle. It was like they were meant for each other. They danced the night away as if they were the only people in this world. It was just like a fairy tale. Which it is, but that's besides the point. The two quickly fell in love. They spent every moment that they could together. While Valerie found it strange that the mysterious man never met her during the day, she never pestered Winfield on it. Which, by the way, I never understood about this story. Like, how do you not know who your own kingdom's prince is? Anyway, as the war came and went, Rigel finally surrendered. They lost their king, and Winfield became the successor of his father. He could no longer see Valerie. He was too busy fixing up his country, and doing his best to be diplomatic with Nova and their queen. Around this time, there was a scandal going on with the villagers. Valerie had been infected, they said. She had been caught sucking the blood of one of the villagers. She was arrested and taken to King Winfield to be judged. King Winfield couldn't believe his eyes when he saw her. The beautiful woman that he once knew, now in tatters. When he looked into her eyes, he saw a frightened and confused girl. He decided to have her as a prisoner in the castle's underground dungeon. Other villagers were outraged when they heard his decision. How could their king betray them like this? Why would he allow a sickly and dangerous person to keep living in this world? There were riots everywhere. People threw everything they owned at the castle. They demanded that the king burn Valerie at the stake. The king couldn't do it. Eventually, even his knights turned against the king. They were tired of holding back the angered people, and they found the king's decision to be just as ridiculous. The commander of the knights took it upon himself to arrest the king. The people claimed that Valerie must have been a witch who enchanted the king and feasted on the flesh of humans. Neither of them were safe. The former king was now imprisoned with Valerie, soon to be executed in just a few days. Valerie cried and pleaded for the people to forgive Winfield. "I would do anything to give the king a second chance," she said, but her pleas were ignored. The two lovers were tied to two sides of a cross. It's said that the two held the other's hand in their last moments. Today, if you visit the city of Asgard in Rigel, you can see the statue built to honor Valerie known as Valerie's Prayer. The end. That was not that great. That was my story for Valentine's Day. It was, kind of tragic, but I really wanted to tell the story. Plus, I had no story of my own to tell, so yeah. I have this Valentine's card that I wanted to give you, but I see now that I can't exactly do that. It really is a shame this glass wall is here. You think there could ever be a time where our worlds could cross? If that day comes, I'd love to give you my card in person. Well, for now, happy Valentine's Day! I hope you have a great day!